the When Calls the Heart After Show. With exclusive, never-before-seen interviews shot on location in Hope Valley as they were filming When Calls the Heart. Join the cast and the crew as they give you a first-hand, behind-the-scenes look at what it took to make Season 13 a reality. And now the host of the When Calls the Heart After Show, Elliot Wallach.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Season 13 After Show. This one is going to be a blast. Now we kick it off with Kavan Smith. I don't know if you guys saw the Season 12 After Show where Tiffany and Kavan were talking, but it went off the rails pretty good and it was really funny. So Tiffany's taken a different approach with Kavan this time. Let's take a look.
So do you remember last season when I was here?
What'd I say?
And you told me there was a park named after you?
Yes.
And I believed you?
It's so interesting. I don't know if you know this, but there's also a national park named for me in Canada.
Like, just it's your name or it's really you?
Kavan Smith National Park.
Is it because of you?
No, it is entirely because of me. It's my backyard.
Is that a coincidence?
Yeah, it's a very small national park, and it's just in my backyard. There is a toll. You have to pay to go in there.
But is it named after you specifically? Are you kidding? Or is this a joke? That
It was all a joke. It's just my backyard. That was the joke. Elliot, you want to come in here and take over? Do you need a coffee or something? We told we had 20 minutes to get this done. I'm going to have 20 minutes explaining each joke to you. I say some pretty outlandish things. Don't trust anything I say.
So I created something to help with our communication.
Uh-oh.
This is for you.
Okay. This is great. I do like this. It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect.
So you can help me.
Literally, it just hold the whole time. Very funny.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I'll use it.
Yeah, I suspect you probably will. Okay. We have this fire that happens right off the bat in episode 2, and you end up actually losing the park.
Yes.
This is this thing that they've been building and the playhouse. Kind of walk me through that. How were the Coulters feeling about this change of events?
Well, I'll start with the... And I think the fire was started because on this show, we can't afford a park or a playhouse. So we wrote them in and then burned them off. Then for the less jokey response, so the fire is coming initially towards Hope Valley. At the last minute, the wind blows it to our neighboring town of Benson Hills. So it's another thing that, you know, this town does so well. And the whole idea, the whole premise of our show is communities rallying together and helping each other out. It sets up a whole bunch of things, actually. Lee gets rattled, which I've always kind of made a point of him being unrattleable. Like I always thought he was sort of kind of like Teflon, like everything just, you have to be married to Rosemary. You can't sweat the small stuff. But in losing the park and the playhouse, I think for the very first time, and the writing seems to be going that way, Lee doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have the answers. And so he's got a daughter and a wife and a town because he's the mayor, and he's got all these other things, these other responsibilities, and he's lost. But it takes Lee out of his comfort zone, and it's really been fun, as a matter of fact. Like, really great scenes for Lee, and the dynamic between Lee and Rosemary has always been one where she's this grandiose character, and Lee kind of grounds her. But in some of this, Lee has kind of lost it a little bit, and she grounds him, and it's this really interesting turn of events. No joke.
And then we have these, because Benson Hills burns down, there's a new character that arrives at your house.
Yes.
Tell me about Gwen.
Well, Gwen is from a single-parent family. Her mother's passed, and her father gets injured in the fire. And they put him up in a hospital, and they're worried about infection, so she's not allowed to visit. So she reluctantly comes to Hope Valley, and we offer to put her up. And she's a bit of a tomboy. So Rosemary's character really tries to connect with her, but it's just a little too flamboyant for her. But Lee, on the other hand, is a little more just kind of natural, just an easygoing guy. And she finds herself really drawn to him, and they connect over woodworking, and they end up just sort of talking, you know, like normal folks talk. And that really appeals to her.
So Gwen is this young girl who comes to town with all the people from Benson Hills who are fleeing their town, which is on fire. And her father is injured and her mother passed away many years prior. So her father is injured and has to stay in the hospital. And Gwen is here in this strange town. She doesn't know anybody. She's here all by herself and she's very angry at the whole situation. And Elizabeth says, do you think you guys could convince her, like Lee and Rosemary, convince her to come stay with you and that maybe you guys really need her help with, of course, the baby, right? You know what? I was going to call her Ellie. We're always, Ellie's the real little girl. Goldie.
Right, Goldie.
We're always like saying them like interchangeable. Anyways, so help with Goldie. And so we convince her to come and stay with us. And she kind of enters into our home with a real chip on her shoulder. And she's angry about being there. And she certainly doesn't like Rosemary, who's like so positive, upbeat, and coming in hot, as Rosemary does. And it's just too much. So she's a bit like angry and put off about Rosemary. And then Lee kind of takes a different, much more gentle approach, and they kind of bond.
And there's something about that relationship with that character, with the Gwen character, that really just they kind of help each other. Lee's really reeling and Gwen is lost. She's worried that her father is gonna go the way her mom went, and they really pull each other through this. It's a great character. She's a great kid, Alex, the actress who plays the character. And right on day one, I told Pascal, I'm like, we should be adopting this character. I don't want to lose this girl, this kid, because when you work with kids, oftentimes you don't know, maybe you get them for a season or a few scenes here and there, but then they stay for 10 years, but they maybe don't always want to be here. Right. This kid is a theater kid. She really wants to be here. She's so prepared. She's so smart. Okay, so Erin threw this curve her way the other day. There was 12 of us here, I guess, in the saloon, right back here. And she jokingly said to Alex, one of the things we do for new characters here is you have to get up and sing a song. And I would have been sweating buckets and I would have just run out the back door. I don't need this job. I do need this job. But she jumped out of her chair and immediately launched into a song from Wicked and was incredible. Just the confidence just blew me away.
She was like, this is the cast initiation. Everybody has to go up and sing a song. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because I love to sing and I love musicals so much. So I went up and I sang. And then later, Kavan told me that nobody's ever done that before. And I was like, oh.
And they said you were amazing. So singing is something you really love to do.
Yeah. I really love to do musicals.
Have you been trained? Have you been taking lessons?
Yeah, so I've been doing voice lessons for about maybe 4 or 5 years, and I've been doing musicals since I was 7.
That's what you want on a show. Like, how do we get this kid to stay? So we've been sending little emails here and there saying, I really think maybe this guy doesn't recover, or there's a car accident on the way back to town or something. But she's been great. And it's a really good character for Lee, because and their relationship together is really nice. It was pitched to us at the very beginning of the season. Pascal and I went down and took a meeting with the writers, and when they mentioned this, I was like, okay, great. Yeah, she doesn't immediately hit it off with Rosemary, but she gravitates to Lee. Great. Love it. I love kids. Part of the thing with working with kids is you just don't talk to them like kids. Just treat them like a regular person. And she responds great, and both Pascal and I want her on the show, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's been done before. I mean, I was just talking to Chris about Eric Gow. I mean, he was only supposed to be in a couple episodes, and he's still here. And
Yep. He works for free, though. It's true. Haven't paid him in 6 seasons.
She is such a gem. It's been a real gift. Kavan and I just keep looking at each other and we're like, how is it this easy? It's so easy when you're acting with somebody who's so just open and vulnerable. It's just so easy. And that's what it's like acting with her. She is she is going to be a star.
How did she and Ellie get along? Or Ellie, Goldie.
So good. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they're so sweet together. She came to set. Ellie came to set and she was so proud of herself. She had a birthday card for Alex. She had a birthday card for Jada. She had a birthday card for me. None of our birthdays were happening, but she had all these birthday cards that she's delivering all her birthday cards. And then she looked at Kavan and she goes, but not for you. I forgot. Oh, she's
Poor
so
Kavan.
cute. She's so cute.
So Ellie is a peach. Like, she's just unbelievable. But 3-year-olds are a lot of work. And Alex loves Ellie.
Oh.
And they're great together. So it's almost like getting an instant babysitter. It's not that we feel any pressure from it necessarily with Ellie, but it's hard work. She's a big kid. She's getting heavier and, but having another hand around to help out, especially a younger kid who, they kind of gravitate towards each other. It's been a really good fit between those two. I think it's a great little household.
Ellie, how has she changed this year?
She's heavier.
Yeah.
We have scenes where you got to hold on to her. Holding on to a 3-year-old kid for 6 or 7 hours, you feel it. You really feel it at the end of the day. The very first day we had her last season, she was teething.
Oh.
That day didn't go so well. The very next day, she was over it and she started getting a bit more comfortable. And when she comes in, because she's still just 3, first 5-10 minutes, she's a little like, but then she gets comfortable. She gravitates to Pascal and I. And this season, she's really kind of stepped her comfort zone up. She's a very confident kid. A lot of fun. Like, she's just always laughing and smiling. And she chases you down the street. With having a 3-year-old kid chase you with their arms up laughing is the most infectious thing I think that could ever happen. But she came up with the term candy salad. I don't know where she got it. We all laughed. She thought it was funny. So her mom gave her this big box of candy. And one day she just started walking around to everybody on set giving them candy. Aww. Which was really sweet, but it was a really big, heavy scene. And the director was getting a little annoyed. And then she went up to the director and she goes, "Candy?" And the director's like, "Oh, yes, please, yes." She can win anybody over. She's undefeated when it comes to that.
So a character that's not quite as lovable, AJ McGinty, is back.
Yeah.
That guy. Let's talk about how Lee feels about AJ.
Well, I think, as I mentioned earlier, when Lee kind of loses his footing and it doesn't know where to turn and doesn't have the answers or how to solve the problems, it's too much for him, so he needs to blame somebody, and he turns to AJ. And he's not the most lovable character in the world, and he's been guilty and culpable of other things, so Lee just throws it all on him.
And you have a little altercation.
Yes.
Do you kind of do a little stunt?
Well, as far as stunts go on this show, I mean, he's an older fella, and we weren't allowed much of a bump.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a little shoulder check, and but then what proceeds, because that's really sort of the zenith of where Lee goes to with that anger and stuff. And then we have a scene with Rosemary and Lee in the jail, and it was Pascal and I, it was one of our favorite scenes. Like, she says top 5 of all the seasons.
Wow, okay.
Just a nice, simple, sweet scene between a husband and a wife talking about, pulling your stuff together again. And you get to walk out of this offset maybe a couple times a year where you're like, that's why we're doing this, because that was fun. That was a good scene. So this year I've had quite a few of those. I'm super happy with the way this season is going so far.
And when I read the first couple scripts and everybody was there.
You told me she couldn't read.
I don't know, is it? I'm not sure that is it.
Sorry, I just saw an opportunity.
That's right. Anyway, everybody was here, and
Yes.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Me neither.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
That's
You
okay.
looked there, though.
Well,
Is it
yeah.
there?
No.
Oh, okay. You just made something up.
Yeah, I don't know
Who
where I
knew?
was going. Yeah, it happens every once in a
You've
while.
gone so quick.
Well, it's the age.
Yeah,
It's like,
me too.
You got to hang on to it.
Absolutely.
Easy, it's like squirrel, it's gone.
Yeah.
You told me, or you told the group the HFR, Hardy's Family Reunion.
Yeah.
There was a scene that you and Kavan did that you didn't think you would have been able to pull off in the same way had you not had all this time together.
You want me to tell you
I
what
do.
scene it is?
What scene was it?
I think you probably know if you've seen it, but it's the scene where Lee is in jail, and he's in jail, and the scene really was very simple on the page, but we got into it, and it just had that weight of a couple who have been on a journey together over years, not a short journey, not like, oh, okay, we fell in love and then we got married, or we fell in love and then there was a conflict and then we resolved the conflict and then we got married, but a couple who have put in time together. And I mean that on camera and off. Kavan and I are really, truly close friends, and we're very supportive and involved in each other's lives, and that informs so much of how we play these characters who have now been married for a decade on the show. And the scene has that weight to it, and I just don't think you can get that unless you've actually put in the time together.
Was I the only one that saw that and went, oh my gosh, I cannot believe they've been married 10 years? It's like when you have your friends at the party and then they're like, I feel like I was just at your wedding. How's it been 10 years already? But now, here we are, 13 seasons going on 14 seasons. Tiffany's next guest, Samantha Ferris, she knows what it's like to be on a show that's run that long.
Samantha, I am so happy to meet you and have you on the show.
Yeah, it's good. It's so much fun to talk about the show because it's an iconic thing, especially for Hallmark. I mean, 13 years, 13 seasons of a show. I did only one other show that's ever gone that long, and that says a lot about the show itself. So it's always so much fun to come and talk about it.
What other show did you do?
Supernatural went
you
something
did?
like, oh yeah, in fact,
Yes.
I have a large media following simply because of that show. It had a huge fan base, much like this show.
Yeah.
It was a supernatural thing, and it, went 17 years. And I think that's almost unheard of, but I think that When Calls the Heart will probably not only match that, but probably
I hope
pass it.
so. I hope so. Now, did you know about the show before you got the job as Maisie?
Yeah, because I came on in season, I don't know if it was 11 or 12, so you did know about it. It's when a show goes that long and it shoots in your hometown. Yeah, I did know about it, absolutely. I don't think I'd even auditioned for it before the season that I came on. I mean, I'm big and loud, and they call me, large and in charge, because I have such a strong personality. I always thought I would be too strong for something like When Calls the Heart, but they found a role for me that just fit perfectly.
Yeah, and you get to play the sister to Mike Hickam.
Yeah.
How would you describe their relationship?
Oh, it's very uneven. I terrify him. But he gets a couple of hits in once in a while. Like he's such a the thing that I think they have in common that keeps them together as siblings is their kindness. But she has it in a very different way than he does. He's very soft and offering, and she'll hit you over the head with it, but she'll give you the shirt off her back. She'll do anything for you. So there's a kindness there that they share from their family, but we go about it differently. I am large and in charge. I break into a room. A woman in 1920 would have to be in the power position that Maisie Hickam is. She's the mayor of the town next door, large and in charge. I have to blast through it. But I think, and I hope that what's read underneath that is that there's kindness, that she loves her people, that she loves all people. She loves not only Hope Valley, but she, would do anything for Benson Hills. And Mike is a gentler kindness, but I think you can hopefully see that they were brought up with kindness in their family.
She's kind of a complicated character. Just like you're saying, there's a softness underneath, but she's so determined. Tell me about this storyline of her town burning down.
I think that if you're ever going to see vulnerability from her, this is where you see it. And it's not for her. It's for her town, because she, like I said, would do anything for Benson Hills. As tough as she is, it's only to get things done and to shield her people from anything that she can. And she would take anything on in order to make sure that her town is doing okay. Yeah, it's pure love and protection for Benson Hills, and anything that threatens that, I think she would lose sleep over it.
So you said you're large and in charge. She is also large and in charge. Are there other parts of you that you've kind of incorporated into the character, or other parts of her and you, or you and her?
I think that one of the great things about Maisie Hickam is I get some humor. There's some humor injected into her little looks and her little, I turn around to 5 men in the first season and do one of those. And she gets duped by all the boys because she thinks she can run over her brother, who is just, when Mike becomes the mayor, and she thinks, oh, this is going to be
Love this
easy.
scene.
I know, and I think it was the first scene I ever shot, and it was me against 5 guys. Me against the governor, Gowan, Mike, Coulter, like all the guys, and I can take those guys on no problem. But they sneak one over on me when they take the mayoral role out of my brother and give it to Kavan's character, and they've duped me. And the humor in that it's so much fun to shoot, and that's a lot of me, and I can laugh at myself, and I think you see that in Maisie too. But yeah, the strength definitely comes from my heart and soul.
I love that scene, and I love it when Mike is trying to tell her, Maisie, right? And she's like, it's okay, Mikey.
I got this.
I got this, Mikey.
I got this.
Like, I don't know if that was like an ad lib. I think you called it. Is Mikey, was that something?
No, they actually wrote Mikey, which kind of surprised me. I'm like, 1920, would they really say Mikey? But
Maybe.
I've called him Mikey a number of times. Normally, if I do ad lib, it's Michael, because I don't even feel comfortable calling him Mikey. I'm like, would I really call him Mikey? And I'm like, sure, okay.
Mike has a very complicated relationship with Maisie, who I think has always been somewhere between sibling and parent to him, just because she was, I want to say, 18 when Mike was born. So like they weren't kids together. She was an adult when he was grown up. It is interesting getting to play from her first time on the show, showing up and negotiating with the people of Hope Valley as mayor, to now. There's always an effort on Mike's part to establish his independence and individuality and demands some respect from his sister. But at the same time, she's a very intimidating woman, and he knows he can only push it so far with her. And at the end of the day, one of the things that I thought was really lovely about getting to have Sam back this year and play these scenes with her is that there's a lot of love and tenderness between them that we didn't get to explore as much before. So in this time of real trouble and a miserable experience for the people of Benson Hills, and Maisie feels responsible as their leader, Mike tries to be there for her and offer her support. And I think it's a new dynamic for them, that he is in a position to offer to support her, because it's always been the other way around, where she has been more parent to him.
And how has it been working with Samantha? Is she intimidating him? Because she plays intimidating so well.
She does it so well.
Yeah.
She does it so well, but she is in the best way, like the least intimidating person. She's so approachable, so down to earth, so funny and kind, and like interested in you as a person. It's when she switches it on, she even says to me, like between takes, she's like, "Oh God, I hate calling you Mikey. It's so disrespectful. I wish I should call you Mike." Like she wants to be kinder to me. Yeah. In the scene too.
Right.
And she's very funny and fun. I love having Sam around.
Yeah. Do you collaborate with her for your scenes, or is it just you guys just get in there and play off each other? I
mean, mostly the latter. Most of the time it's just get in there and play with each other. And with an actor as like talented and as experienced as she is, she's so relaxed and comfortable on set. It's very easy to have a playful energy with her and for us to discover things in the scenes. But occasionally we'll talk things over, and I've made some line suggestions here and there, and she'll, if she likes it, we go with that. And, there's a lot of collaboration, which is lovely in season 13 of a show. I feel like everybody gets that some collaboration makes everything go a little better.
So Mike and May are back in their apartment.
We are. Mike's been busy at work putting together what has turned out to be a beautiful renovation to that apartment. It is looking nice in there.
What do you think of the colors?
You know what? I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely a change from how I remember it. Of course, the last time we saw it, it was sopping wet and falling apart. But it's very warm and a much brighter home. I feel like it reflects May's energy as well.
It's very retro. I like that.
Yes.
It's very cool. It's very much the two of them. I really like the pictures on the walls. It's a gallery wall circa 1922, which I guess that's when they started doing it. It's awesome. And there's like a scene where the pair of us are deciding where to move a couch.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really funny and fun to play because it was a little bit more physical again. And that day was really hot and the furnace was on. And so we were just sweating buckets. You know, in real life we were sweating and Ben was like, well, it's fine if I'm sweaty because we're actually, and then the makeup artists are like, no.
Yeah.
You guys are too sweaty.
Shiny.
Yeah, you're too sweaty. But it was really fun and funny to play the scene and because we had to like lean into each other, but we're both like furnaces. Just like the heat was emanating off of our skin. Yeah, it was just really, really warm that day. In the first edition of the script, it was that Mike was like, why don't we move it here? And I was like, or we can move it over here and we're going to move it over here. And he's like, sure, let's scoot it over there. Yeah, in the end, it's May's choice. Happy wife, happy life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Same location?
Yes.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah. Same spot. Both in the story, it's the same place.
Okay.
And in real life on set, we shoot the exterior outside of the boot shop down like at the end, sort of towards the judge's office around the corner. And we film the inside of our apartment in the daycare center, what used to be Gowan Petroleum.
This one was fun because for the first time, I think I got to go really modern. I got to research really what was like the cutting edge of modern technology and design of that era. And so we did. I mean, we went with like really genuine colors, which was bold. And I'm actually really excited / nervous to hear what the response is because it is so out of our world.
It was avocado. Right?
Oh yeah, there was avocado and peach, but like a really, really intense peach. So hey, I'm open to notes. If people are like, nah, this didn't work for one calls a heart, I'd be like, fair enough. But I chose to go really bold, and I hope it works.
And they let you.
They let me, and I really appreciate that. They're like, is this period? I'm like, it is. I promise you, it's genuine. I would never bring something that I felt like was totally out of our reality, but they trusted me and it came together really nice. And we did a lot of patterns because they were really bringing in like new patterns and brand new hot point stove, which was just like so beautiful. And our electric fridge. So everything became electric. And just knowing that we could start fresh was really fun. I haven't really been able to do that within Hope Valley because we don't really touch the row houses. They don't get these makeovers, and so that was fun. I had hoped that we could go bigger. I kind of wanted a full house for them because I was like, I'm gonna have way too much fun with this. Like, let's go big, but I didn't get that. That's okay.
Actually, it felt kind of modern.
Totally.
Because, I mean, it's retro.
Yeah.
But that avocado color is coming back.
Totally. It also seemed like Mike did a complete gut reno because the kitchen is now in a different spot. It's like where the living room once was is now full kitchen, and it's really, really cool. And I like the decor that they had. It's like, I don't know where they found all the stuff, but it looks beautiful. And I think it looks beautiful on camera as well, which is always the goal.
I think Mike is the kind of character, like, I think he would have wanted like all brand new. He's just such a mover and shaker in town and in like the loveliest way. And so I think he would have gotten really excited in the designing of his home. And so I really pushed that.
And then how did you source all that? You said the little fridge and the stove and.
Yeah, that we were not sure because this is the struggle is like, these things are all over 100 years old, but we need them to look brand new. And so a lot of what was available was like that's going to involve a lot of work and it's going to look kind of fake because it's going to be paint. And so we actually ended up going over to the island. Vancouver Island provided us with a lot of our big props and set pieces this year.
Okay. Is it a prop house over there or something?
No, it's just I think it's more of a like untapped resources. I feel like probably us have completely exhausted all of the antiques in the Lower Mainland over the last 13 years. And so we hadn't really ventured out into the antique stores and even Facebook Marketplace over there. And they're the ones who provided. Thank goodness.
Sarah does a great job and her team
They
changing
do an
these.
incredible job. The number of times I have walked in, it's a little bit of like a Harry Potter experience where you walk into a building, you've been in there 100 times, and all of a sudden it's totally different. And yeah, it does feel like magic.
There's a lot of magic in the season so far. I think Ben's analogies are pretty magical. I love the Harry Potter reference. Hey, what do you guys hope to see this season? Give us a comment on that. What do you hope is coming up? What has been your favorite part of the season so far? And please don't forget to like and subscribe and register for our newsletter at hardys.com. We're going to have an incredible contest we're going to be announcing next week. And until then, we'll see you right here for the Wind Calls the Heart Season 13 After Show.